Majimbo, Kalasinga, second.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. This motion of the Honorable Bako Kim, Mr. Speaker, is a Western term, and it means you are circumcised the same year. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, you know very well that Honorable Nabulindo and Honorable Majimbo Kalasinga, myself, were elected on the same date on a by-election. That's where it comes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the motion of Honorable Nabulindo puts a farmer.
What did you say happened to you with the mover in the same year?
Honorable Speaker, the reference he has put is onomatopoeia, Mr. Speaker. It puts us together in the same circle when we were elected and when we were circumcised. So the word Bako Kim, Mr. Speaker, is sweet word term used for a person you love most. Mr. Speaker, the motion that Honorable Nabulindo has put across here to this assembly puts a farmer as a central midfielder in this sugar industry, Mr. Speaker. We cannot, as a nation, Mr. Speaker, put much emphasis, serious emphasis on the millers alone. You know, Mr. Speaker, you know very well that a river that forgets its source is a river that will die soon. And the source of all the sugar industry is a farmer, Mr. Speaker. A farmer is the one who prepares the stabilization of a miller. Millers have nuclear estate, yes, but the percentage of cane produced by nuclear estates, the Speaker, is around only 7 to 10%. That does not run a factory. In fact, Mr. Speaker, much of the emphasis as we talk today in terms of the hybridization, you look at the Kenyan farmers, Mr. Speaker, currently are having cane. The cane was researched in the 80s. We need to lay much emphasis on early maturing, high pole content. And pole content, Mr. Speaker, is sucrose content. We must have cane with high succulency in terms of juice juice production, so that a little farm, a smaller farm, can produce cane with high productivity. This will only come, Mr. Speaker, if we invest much in the research for the sake of farmers. We do much of this genetic hybridization to bring in more better breeds that can mature very early. Mr. Speaker, we look at a country like Malaysia. They have cane that mature with 7 months. This will increase the output of a small farm. This will capture the maximization of the miller. And again, Mr. Speaker, this, if we do it, it will increase the profit of a farmer. Because the rate of stock, the rate of harvest will be more in a year. Mr. Speaker, if we look, we still live with the old breed that takes for 24 months for them to be mature. We are frustrating a farmer with this small. And you know, Mr. Speaker, people of Western, and I know you happen to come from the Assembly, Mr. Speaker, we have the best fertility in terms of production. Mr. Speaker, we are producing every day. Population is increasing, and therefore the land is reducing. So we need to see how do we maximize the little farm that we have and produce more. So, Speaker, also, if this motion go, and I want to thank the Honorable Nabulindo, Mr. Speaker, because tillage of a farm, when we were growing up, Mr. Speaker, you could not plant cane if you have not plowed twice, first and second. And now, Mr. Speaker, the planting process, because it's left to a farmer alone, with less money, less support, Mr. Speaker, the planting is not as scientific as so required. Mr. Speaker, we have something called seed treatment. Cane seed treatment, Mr. Speaker, first, there are chemicals that must be used before you plant cane. It must be cut to a certain size, not more than 40 centimeters, treated well, and placed in the soil. So, Speaker, currently, we are planting without those concerns because the farmer is left alone. So if this motion goes on, Mr. Speaker, I believe that the farmer is being given the midfielder in this game. a meat miller in a way that he will supply the best cane to the miller and himself have enough profit to run again, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you also know that infrastructure is very key. Some of the farms and farmers are in the swampy areas, Mr. Speaker. And farmers who plant cane in swampy areas, Mr. Speaker, are disadvantaged when the right time of harvesting comes. For example, if you are planting a cane in a swamp area and harvesting takes 18 months and you arrive at 18 months when it's rainy, Mr. Speaker, those cane will not be harvested until the dry spell. So that they'll come and now pull out cane because let us have a better infrastructure even in the swamp areas so that it becomes very easy. And when the right time comes, maturity comes, Mr. Speaker, these farmers get it. Mr. Speaker, it is giving us nightmares. People who come from this region where you plant cane. It's funny that you are realizing at the moment, instead of even millers upping the game in terms of price of cane farmers, they are reducing the prices. Speaker, we're not going to agree on this. We can't agree. When the price of fertilizer is skyrocketing, when the fuel is increasing because tillage of land is done by tractors, Mr. Speaker, you get a miller reducing the price. That is not going, we are not going to think about that. If we do like this, Mr. Speaker, then a farmer will be frustrated, he will run out of play, and then we shall import sugar that come in this country, and that sugar that come in, Mr. Speaker, we are not sure of its safety. Because sugar in Kenya, Mr. Speaker, produced by us, go through a law called GRAS, Mr. Speaker. GRAS is G-R-A-S.